Well, hello everyone. Detective Captain Pikachu here. The reason you probably clicked on this is because you want to know what's gonna happen in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. In Let's Go Eevee, it's literally the exact same thing, except there are different Pokemon you can get, and like literally the tiniest bits of detail Pokemon that you can get, and you get an Eevee instead. Now, because I'm not doing that, is because that would take way too long. Anyway, so you obviously know that there are going to be spoilers in here, because that's what the title said. So yeah, there's going to be plenty of spoilers in here. Trying to find the right angle. You know what? This was all for nothing. I don't like it. So yeah, there's gonna be spoilers in this game. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Let me fly over to the part I need. Why don't I just pause the video and do that instead? So I'm reviewing it now because I've already finished this game, and I know I'm doing a Nuzlocke. And I know it's 3 videos in 3 days, but oh well. Anyways, you start here in Pallet Town. You come over here. You go over here and you don't see the professor over there. And then next you're like in the vacuum or whatever you want to call your rival. I'm just going to call mine Vacuum because I named my rival Vacuum in the first place. You come over, he's not there, so you come over here, he appears, you go back into his lab, but before all that happens, you encounter a Pikachu or an Eevee, depending which game you're playing. Next, you come over here, then you grab your starter Pokemon. Then he goes talks to his computer and gives you the Pokédex and maybe a few berries while he's at it. Then you leave without battling your rival, Vacuum. I'm just gonna say Vacuum, okay? I decided to name him Vacuum. Oh my gosh. It's taking forever like the secret plans I'm planning. Anyways, you come over here, you might catch a few Pokemon. Yak, yak, yak. You don't see those Pokemon flying in the thing yet. That's only after you beat the game. You come over here and there's a youngster over here and you have your first battle. Then Vacuum is here. Actually no, that you don't have your first battle yet. So next Jesse, James, and Meowth and the Meowth that doesn't talk. They're right here blocking the path, and the thing that really bugs me is that there is a tree right here. Oh, yeah, found the potion. And guess what? You can't even cut down the tree. I think this would be easier if I was riding a Pokemon. Okay, anyways, you come over here to the Poké Center. A guy stops you and gives you a parcel to deliver to Professor Oak, just like in the normal game. So then you come down here. And that youngster still doesn't battle you yet. Come down here and you deliver it to him. Then you battle Vacuum. It doesn't really matter if you win or lose, after that, still stuff happens. Then you decide to actually go back here because, oh my gosh, I would use repels, but I don't know how to use them. I think this would be easier if I just showed the map. So then, after doing that, you come up here, and then you decide to go this way. But, surprise, surprise, Vacuum battles you, because you're not allowed to go there yet until you get your first gym badge. So then you decide to go back here, go back up. Well, first you try to go see if the gym is there, but no. The first time I played Red and Blue, I thought that gym was where Brock was. No, it wasn't. It's closed. Then you go to Viridian Forest. Then Route 2 is right up ahead. You go there. Wait. This is Route 2. You go to Viridian Forest, you get out of there, and then you go to Pewter City. You battle Brock, and then you come over here and then go to Mount Moon, where you'll encounter tons of Zubats, and trust me, it's way easier than having to go through a rock tunnel. So then, after solving that thing, you decide to go over here to Cerulean City. But then you realize, because there's a ledge that you can't jump over, because you can never jump over ledges. You can't, unless they have that in X and Y. Then, oh well, you have to catch Pokemon right before you, as you encounter the Cerulean City. Cerulean City, boom, boom, boom. You have two options here. You can A, battle Misty and struggle at her, Starmie. The first time I did that, I didn't have any electric type moves. Actually, no, I did. I just didn't have any good electric type moves, so. But don't worry, you can already get them in the, Pokemon Center. There's a guy in a circus, and a whip. I think he has a whip. And he's selling, and he's giving away, moves for free for your partner. Then you come up here to Nugget, or you could come up here to Nugget Bridge and go through Route 25, battle Team Rocket before you go to Route 25. Come over here and you rescue Bill from being a Pokemon. Oh, and all before that, Vacuum battles you right before you enter Nugget Bridge. So you help Bill, and then you look on his computer, and he's saying that he saw Zapdos in a power plant, Moltres in Victory Road, and Articuno in Seafoam Islands. I actually never knew this right until after I beat the game. So anyways, then boom, you finish that. There's Officer Jenny is guarding a house. Then you go through that house. You might battle Team Rocket. I don't know, because I didn't. Then Route 9. You go down here. Actually, wait, no. Wait. I'm just gonna fly right over there real quick. Okay, so you come over here. And then you go into this house, and then you see a thing has stomped all through it. Even though I've beaten the game, there's still not much explanation. So you come down here, there's a Team Rocket grunt right there. You might battle him, I don't care, I'm not you. Anyways, because there's a tree right here, you can't use cut that early on in the game. So now I'm going to go back to the bag and go to town map. This is going to be a very long video. Anyways, you're on Route 5, but you have to go under this underground path to Vermilion City. Well then boom, you're on Route 6. You might catch a few Pokemon, there are a few trainers there. Then you're in Vermilion City. Also, while we were helping Bill, we got a few boat tickets. You give one to Vacuum because you're a psychopath. Then you decide to not battle the gym yet because there's a tree blocking the gym. So then you go to the SSN and decide that, and then you run into Blue, but before that you run into Blue at Pewter City. Then you might or might not, you don't battle Vacuum yet, you explore the ship, then you decide to go to the captain and get the secret technique cut. But before all that, I just want to tell you something. Vacuum rivaled, I don't know. Vacuum was always on, like, where you meet Blue. Vacuum always stays right there. He doesn't move. He doesn't even walk. He just stays right there. Even after you talk to Blue, he doesn't go, "See you later, I'm gonna go get the secret technique." He just stays right there. So then, if you're like most people, you just go and get the secret technique. But before all that happens, before you do that, guess who you encounter right before you walk up the steps? Vacuum. Although he must have teleported up there. Then he battles you, you go up there, you help the captain because he's seasick. Then boom, you're done. Then you'll probably want to challenge the Vermilion City gym leader. And after that, or if you don't do, then you'll come over here. And, actually, no, you'll go to Route 11, go to Diglett, and you're in Diglett's cave. Then I don't know what path Diglett's cave takes. Where is Diglett's cave? Oh yeah, you'll end up over here. And then you're back where you first started. You get the secret technique for light up. Then I think you go through all of this again. I'm not sure. Let me get over there. I'm gonna pause it. Okay, so after that, you successfully go through Diglett's cave. Then you come over here to where Professor Oak's assistant teaches you the secret technique light up after you defeat Lieutenant Surge. So you come down here, come over here, and you come right down here. And you keep going down. Okay, time to use the map, because I'm incredibly confused. So I guess you go back up here, go over here, and then go back over all the way over here, because that was the only other way to get over there. Anyways, you might try to go over here, back to the Indigo Plateau, but you can't pass the first two gates. You can pass the first 3 gates, but then not the next others. Then I guess you come over to Route 9 and go over here. And then the dreaded rock tunnel. Trust me, this is the worst tunnel out of all of them. It is so difficult. When I was doing this, it took me like an hour, I think, to get through it. Maybe 30 minutes, I forgot. But it was so annoying. And then once you're done with that, you finally get back to Route 10, and then boom, you're in Lavender Town. You see Vacuum talk to someone. Then Team Rocket steals a Cubone. Then you come over here, and then because you can't pass Saffron City, because takedown, you have to go through this underground tunnel. Then you get to Celadon City, where you go to the Celadon City game corner. You go through a bunch of spinny, loopy-doopy things. Loopy-doopy. And then you battle Jesse and James and knock them out. That doesn't talk. And then you actually get to control your partner. Let's go Pikachu. And then you get to take two. And then you get to control your partner, either Pikachu or Eevee, and get the lift key so you can get on the elevator. But don't worry, there are tons of grunts, Team Rocket grunts for you to battle, and trust me, there are enough to make up an entire book. A children's book. So then right after that, then you battle Archer. You don't battle Giovanni yet. You get the Sylph Scope, and Cubone goes back, and you go back to Lavender Town. Then you go into Pokemon Tower. You find a bunch of scary ghosts. You do an not awesome cutscene, a sad cutscene with Cubone, but I didn't really care because I've already seen the entire thing randomized and nuzlocked by Poketips, but that doesn't matter right now. So then you try to go save Mr. Fuji, I don't care. And there are a bunch of ghost people, I don't know what they are. You find a bunch of ghosts. Vacuum captures Cubone. Then you go battle Jesse and James and the Meowth that doesn't talk, although you don't battle him. Then you save Mr. Fuji, and then he gives you the Poke Flute. And then you go back over here to awaken sleeping Snorlax. And then you can come down here, basically avoiding every single trainer. And then you can get down here, and then boom, you're in Fuchsia City. Oh yeah, and also I forgot to tell you that when you get here, you actually get to the T, so then remember that gate that you can't go through? Well, now you can go through it, which makes life a lot easier, which means you can finally get into Saffron City. But I skipped Sabrina's gym. Then you have to go battle Team Rocket, and well, first you battle Blue. Then after that, you have to go to the 9th floor, and there's a teleportation. You know what, I'm just gonna save you all the time searching through that place, cause trust me, I went through that entire thing not knowing how to get to floor 11. I mean, sure, the heck, I saw it. Also, there are some people in there that give you free Pokemon, like a Lapras, which is nice. So you come up here, battle Blue, and then I'm gonna save you all the time. It took me forever. Then you go to floor 9. Remember this, floor 9. Then boom, you get here, and you know if you're on the right floor because there is a person who's dressed like Nurse Joy, who's a spy, and if you're on low health, you'll heal up. And then you'll come over here, and then you'll press on this teleportation thingy. It looks painful. You are erased digitally, and then something happens. And then you come over here on this other thingy. But first you have to get a key card, which opens up, let me show you. Which opens up these things that my character is standing right on. So then, yeah, you do that. Then you have to find the key. Then you go on here. Then you're here. I think you battle Archer, or your rival Vacuum battles Archer. You can actually name him whatever you want to. I just named him Vacuum. So then you go on this other thing. And then you'll come down here thinking, oh, everything's nice and fine. Boom, you get ambushed by Jesse, James, and the Meowth that doesn't talk, and you can't even battle it. Then you come up here, and something happens, something. Giovanni decides to stop for some reason, although Giovanni in this case is the good guy, because he was trying to get the Stealth Scope to find ghost Pokemon, so then and capture one, so then he can go get Mewtwo, but oh well, you stopped that all from happening. Then you ask Mr. President for, well, I don't think you ask him for anything, but because you saved him or something, he gives you the Master Ball, which can catch a Pokemon without fail, even if it's doing its attack animation. So then, awesome, boom, nice. So Team Rocket flees the scene. And then you have that Master Ball to rot until you either find a shiny Pokemon or a different Pokemon. Then you come up here, and then you go back downstairs. I'm gonna pause it real quick. Sorry for it being so long. Okay, so then you can go battle Sabrina, which also has those teleportation things, and trust me, you're glad that I showed you the one where you have to go on 9th floor and then you can get to floor 11, because that one is more difficult than Sabrina's gym puzzle, and trust me, it is the worst. I hated it, but mostly it was kind of easy. I didn't get stuck like most people did. Anyways, boom, 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 you go to Pokemon Gym, you get either Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee. Then you come down here, over here, and then to Fuchsia City. Then you probably won't even go over here, because what's the point? Because old Sleep and Snorlax in the way, and that house you can get a new Pokemon. You can get the TM Dazzling Gleam. Then you go here to Fuchsia City, where you go see Goplex, but then you see a Lapras there. A guy teaches your Pikachu surf, and then you're like, awesome. Then you decide to go to the Seafoam Islands, which I didn't. Oh yeah, after you beat Team Rocket in Celadon City, you get to fly, which means you can go back to Pallet Town, unlike what you were to do before if you didn't want to go through Diggle's Cave. And then boom, and then you see Jesse and James and the Meowth that doesn't talk, and you don't get to battle, but you don't have to battle them. Jesse throws some gold teeth at you, and then you go to one of the houses to the Safari Warden, and he gives you the secret technique Strong Push, which can move blocks around. And then you decide to go over here through Seafoam Islands. But if you're like me, you decide to fly over to Pallet Town, and then go down that way to Cinnabar Island. I did that instead. And in Cinnabar Island, you have to go to the Pokemon Mansion and get keys to unlock the Cinnabar and unlocking Blaine's gym. After you unlock Blaine's gym, you can battle him. You get the badge. I don't care. Also, in Mount Moon, you battle a super nerd, and you can have the choice of either a Helix Fossil or a Dome Fossil. And then this is the part where you get to revive that Pokemon, either Helix or Kabuto. And I don't trust Helix. I don't trust Omnimite or Kabuto is the one you get to revive, depending on which fossil you get. Kabuto for the Dome Fossil, and Omnimite for the Helix Fossil. I don't like the Helix Fossil that much, but oh well. Then, instead of going to go catch Articuno, because why would you? Oh yeah, and also, before all that, so you can go right here and go on that small body of water down there into the power plant where you can catch Zapdos. And then, yeah, boom, boom, bada, boom, boom. Then you go back here to Viridian City. You talk to people, and also, right after Nugget Bridge, there's a person that gives you a Charmander if you've caught at least 50 Pokemon. Officer Jenny finally caught that Squirtle, and will give you 25 if you've caught, and we'll give you the Squirtle if you caught 60 Pokemon. But oh yeah, in Fuchsia City there's also Koga's Gym, but you have to catch at least 50 species of Pokemon. And as you're trying to find the gym leader, who is Giovanni, and go through his loopy doopy gym puzzle, you go back to Pallet Town because Professor Oak and Blue give you some Mega Stones for either Blastoise, Venusaur, no, 4 Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard X and Y. It's a good deal. I finally realized why they have, why some of the Mega Evolutions are called X and Y, because in X and Y, if you got X, that means you could get Mega Charizard X. But if you got Pokemon Y, that means you would get Mega Charizard Y. Huh. We're not talking about X and Y though. I hate those games. It's just, sure it's 3D, but it looks really pixely still. Also the same with Sun and Moon, but I think this one's like better. It's also a children's game, so this one is also incredibly awesome. Oh yeah, and also I keep on forgetting to talk about the gym fights. Here you can get to Erica's gym and battle her, and then you're here at Viridian City. Then you can finally go up here. Then you go through Route 23, which is everyone verifying that you've got to all the gym badges. Then you go through Victory Road, which is really annoying unless you're like everybody else and just decide to search it up on how to get through it, except I don't think I did not search how to. And then you're here on Route 23 still. And then you can go to the Indigo Plateau. You battle the Elite Four, which is, what was the Elite Four again? I think it was, no, it is, Lorelei, which you, meet up with, near, Rock Tunnel when 4 Team Rocket Grunts, attack you. So you battle Lorelei, then Bruno, Agatha, then Lance. Then you encounter Champion Vacuum. And the battle with me and Champion Vacuum was difficult because he had level 60 Pokemon, and I had at least level 40 Pokemon, and I didn't have a legendary on my team. I had a Tangela on my team wasn't really the best, but I still beat the game. Luckily, with the technique I learned, if you want double the power, use both of your Nintendo Switches, both of your Joy-Cons. I did not prepare for this. Use both of your Joy-Cons because that gives you another player a support trainer that comes rushing in, and you can it was almost getting 30 minutes long. And yeah, so after that, then you battle. Then if you're like everyone else and decides to use 2 players because that is incredibly easier, I did that. I also have a video, but on me beating the champion, but I'm not gonna show it. I don't want to. I'm too lazy. So after you beat him, yeah, that sort of stuff. Then you get unskippable cutscenes and then something else. And then when you come back down, and then when you're in your house, your Pokemon partner has a present for you. Then Vacuum comes in and tells you that there's a Pokemon at Cerulean Cave, so you decide to fly on over to Cerulean Cave unless you like to walk because there's a Pokemon daycare right there and you want to get in the extra point and in the extra somethings. And then you decide to go to Cerulean Cave, and I'll be nice and show you on how to get to Mewtwo because I already caught Mewtwo, and yeah. So before then you couldn't really, but now because you beat it, you are now the champion. That means you finally get to fly over. Let me show you a demonstration. Okay, so now because you're the champion, that means you get to fly on awesome Pokemon. You can fly on either Aerodactyl, Dragonite, or Charizard. Those are the only ones you can fly on. Oh yeah, and also you might want to fill in the Pokedex, and catching Mewtwo would be good for the Pokedex. But the Pokemon you don't need is Mew, Meltan, and Melmetal, because you would need Pokemon Go for Meltan and Melmetal. Okay, so then after that, you go in here. You know, I do know how to use repels. Ugh. You know what? I'm going to use them right now. I'm going to use a super repel. So then, you decide to go get Mewtwo. In here, in Cerulean City, there are a bunch of hidden items on the ground that you can find, and you know them because your partner Pokemon is gonna have its tail wagging, like my Pikachu's tail right here. And then you can find the Master Ball. I haven't found it yet. And then you come over here, all the way over here, and it's this one. You go down here, and then you go down here, and you're gonna have to have like a level 100 Pokemon if you want to outspeed it and beat it in like one hit. Because when I did this, I saved right before I battled Mewtwo, and it wiped my entire team. So then so instead of fleeing the scene and having the Mewtwo run away, I decided that I was not gonna save after that. So after not saving, I decided to come up here. I decided to go out of, away from catching Mewtwo, because, yeah, I'm not the best at catching legendary Pokemon, except that time I caught Dialga. Then up here you can catch Mewtwo, and then boom, you go back up there, and then Vacuum's gonna tell you that he saw a girl named Green, and then you come down here, you talk to her, you battle her, she throws 5 Pokeballs in your face, and then a few more before, and then after you beat her, she gives you the Mega Evolution Stones for Mewtwo, the X and Y Stones, which is really buggy, because Mewtwo is a Pokemon created 20 years ago. I think it could be 21 at this point. And yet, for some reason, it's still before Mew. Sure, Mewtwo was known before Mew, but that's not true. Mew was actually known before Mewtwo because they had to get Mew's DNA in order to make Mewtwo. But they didn't think on what horrors Mewtwo was gonna be. So Mew should be first in the Pokedex, but every mythical is always behind is always the last one in the Pokedex. So of course they're gonna make Mewtwo ahead of Mew. Also, something I don't get is shinies, like you know, that would just be for a different video. Then you catch Mewtwo. Then really you're done. You don't have anything else to do. Except you can complete the Pokedex, catch shiny Pokemon, and you can. I filled up the Pokedex, and literally the last Pokemon I needed was a Primeape, which was easy to get. I just used Pokemon Home. But Coughing, that was the one I was most stressed about, because you can get Coughing in Cinnabar Island, but that's like super late in the game, and I wanted to complete the Pokedex now, but on Pokemon Go, the only Coughing I had was a Shadow one, and you can't put in Purified Pokemon until Let's Go. So yeah, after that you're really done. You can go battle Master Trainers, you can go battle Coach Trainers that give you amazing items. One time, a Coach Trainer gave me 5 rare candies. My affection stats went through the roof that day. So then, after that, then you can go back to Indigo Plateau. You can battle the Elite Four again. But if you battle a certain amount of Coach Trainers, I guess, and definitely Master Trainers, a certain amount of Master Trainers, then you can finally Finally! Battle Red! I don't know how many master trainers you have to defeat, because I've defeated like at least 6. Except 3 of them I didn't really defeat because I was just showing them my level, I was just showing them my level 106 IV shiny Pokemon that are legendary birds that are level 100 shiny and from Let's Go Pikachu and are from Pokemon Go that I totally caught and didn't get it off of eBay from a very nice guy and who I totally didn't get it off of eBay from a very nice guy who gave me all 3 of these birds. Totally didn't. And you can go catch the and then you can go catch some other Pokemon, filling up your Pokedex, and then you can catch some shiny Pokemon after. You have to go, if you want to the shiny charm, you have to go to, you'd have to go to, Game Freak, which is in Celadon City, the 3rd floor on Celadon